How to not follow your purpose. All right, let's do a little inversion today. Everyone else talks about how to find your purpose, how to live your purpose, how to find your passion, how to do what you love. But I'm going to use some inversion today. We're going to talk about how to not live to your purpose. And I think this one's super powerful because people can yell at you and scream at you all day about how to follow your purpose, how to do your passion, how to find what you love, how to never work a day in your life, how to. And that doesn't answer the question as to why very few people actually do it. If anything, it's evidence to prove that all these gurus telling you how to find your purpose don't actually have purpose, right? Most people live their life never fulfilling their purpose, or they might know what it is, but they still don't live it. Why is that? Why is it? I think the answer does not lie in the how to. It's you to find the answer, you need to figure out what not to do. You need to figure out what mistakes you are making that are preventing you from finding your purpose or to living through your purpose, to doing what you love. That's how you actually get clarity on what to do. It's by figuring out what not to do. Inversion. So, how to not follow your purpose. The first principle here is to do something because someone else told you to do it. This is the most painful problem that a lot of young people face, especially if you're a type A kind of person that doesn't have a work ethic problem, but you work really hard because you want to be extraordinary. You want to work for the future. You want freedom. You want excellence. You're that kind of person, right? You know it. You know deep within your soul you're that kind of person. Okay? And I feel like for us, we find ourselves in this position of looking at the people that have succeeded, being inspired by these really, really successful people and thinking like, oh, I want their life. How did they get there? And then you start looking, you start digging, and you see what they did. You consume their content, and then you just do it. You kind of just like follow in their footsteps, right? This is an age-old principle to follow in your father's footsteps, to take on the family business, right? To inherit all the skills and do the family business, to keep it going, to follow in the footsteps of your mentor, right? To follow in someone's footsteps. It's age old. And most of the time it works out, I'd say. Like whenever you take on the family business or you follow in someone's footsteps, it works out. But if you want to be extraordinary, it never works out. It never works out because you're basically confining yourself to the life that someone else expects of you, right? Let's use a stupid example. A bakery, right? So say a father owns a bakery and his son apprentices under him, right? With the hopes of eventually the son running the bakery when his father retires, right? And so all of his life, the son has been baking bread, learning how to fucking do it, how to knead, how to like clean the oven, how to do all the shit, how to run a bakery, how to sell shit, he's learned the art of becoming a baker. That's what his fucking life is, right? But what if he wasn't actually destined to do it? Like, what if he wasn't talented or didn't have the love for it, or maybe didn't even really want to do it, but just did it anyway because his father encouraged him or forced him to do it? And so the son inherits the bakery and runs the bakery for the rest of his life, and he passes it on to his sons. But do you really think that son actually was following his purpose? Was he really doing what he loved by running the bakery because his father expected him to do it? Arguably not. Maybe he did. You know, there's a side of the argument, but within the conversation of purpose where you don't find it, you just do something for long enough and then eventually you love it and that's your purpose. But I disagree with that. I genuinely believe that there's so much more to life than forcing yourself down a pigeonhole and doing something that you hate in the hopes of eventually falling in love with it. That's extremely negative, and I hate that outlook. You might disagree with me, but that's not the way I see purpose and finding what you love. But going back to the first principle, bringing it back to the modern day, right? Instead of the bakery example, think about the influencers, the successful people that are making content. They're sharing their life and their experience and what they've done to achieve their levels of success. And so we look at them, we consume their content, and we aspire to be more like them, right? And so we follow in their footsteps. We do what they did to get to their success. But the thing is, when they achieved their success, it was a different context. It was a different world. There was a different economy. The internet, it was a different digital world, right? The world was so different whenever they achieved their success. The market was different. And so if you go and try to open the next Berkshire Hathaway, it's never going to work because they started that shit. They put that thing through the ringer. They failed again and again at just the right time with, a sufficient amount of risk and enough luck where it did work out, right? The context of the timing and the work and the risk taking and the economy and all the things added up for them to get there. And so if you apply that principle to them, if you apply something that they did, their behavior, to your life now, today, in a different world, in a completely different world, then you're never going to see that level of success. You can learn, you can pick up the principles from these people that achieve success, but you never want to just follow in their footsteps and copy them or do something because someone else told you to do it, right? I'm young, and my parents always tell me, oh, you got to be a doctor, you got to become a lawyer, you got to achieve these really high-paying, high-salaried occupations. But it's a different world now, right? That's not the only way to make money. That's not the only way to achieve success. There's so many new avenues, and whenever you pigeonhole yourself into trying to live up to someone else's expectations, you're basically trying to force a expired fucking idea into a new world, right? You're not getting anywhere. You're just staying in the past. You're living the dream that someone once had, and it's not even your own dream. So that's something to not do. Don't do something because someone else told you to do it. Do something because you truly believe that is something that you actually want to do, that you actually find joy in. It's hard, I know. If you're anything like me, you have no idea what you want to do. You really feel lost. You feel like just absolutely clueless, and you're just looking for someone to tell you what to do. You're just looking for someone to just grab you by the scruff of your shirt and just tell you what to do. But there's millions of people yelling at you on the internet telling you what to do, and it probably makes you feel really overwhelmed. It makes you feel guilty about not doing anything. It makes you feel guilty about taking a break and not working. You look at other people around you and they're succeeding and you're not. It's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? When you go through this pain, when you experience the journey of not knowing and still making the decision for yourself, you are instantly extraordinary, because most people don't do that. Most people allow their lives to be defined by others. But if you decide what you want to do, and you decide what you want to love to do, and what your purpose is, then that is so much more powerful. And then the final principle is, this one I'm sure you've heard of, is don't chase material success or vanity, right? Most people go to the gym because they want the abs, they want the chiseled physique, Greek god type physique, so that they can attract girls, whatever. Most people are looking they go to college and they look for a job and they pick a job that pays well because they want money, right? They never stop to consider whether they'd be miserable in that job. They never stop to consider or think about, oh, wait, this job sounds torturous. Like, and for me, it does not sound fun. Like, I would not thrive in this job, right? Maybe, like, you go to law school and you become a lawyer because your parents told you to do it, or, it's good advice to become a lawyer, and you go through it, you go through school, you go through all the things, and then you start working and you realize, oh, I really don't like this, but I'm only doing it because of the money. And the sad truth about our world today is that people will still do a job that they hate because they don't feel like they have the time or the money or the freedom to just do something that they actually do love. And this is one of the hardest frames to accept. It's the idea that when you do what you love, when you follow your purpose, it might not make you a ton of money. It might not help you achieve some level of vanity, right? That's the hard truth. It's one of the hardest truths, right? To realize that, oh, doing the thing that I love might not actually make me a ton of money. It might not attract the girls. It might not make people view me as this super successful person. But whenever you reframe purpose as and doing what you love as something internal, right? It's something that you find within your soul, something that feeds your soul, then that's all you ever need, right? If you're doing what you love, then you're feeding your soul and you're allowing your soul to just like flourish. And if that is your goal, which I hope it is, then you don't need money. You don't need fame. You don't need status. You don't need to get jacked. You don't need girls to validate you. You don't need any of it. You just need to do something that you decided for yourself that you love to do. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to find it because it's a personal journey. No one can ever tell you how to find it. And it is my hope that everyone finds something that they love and they're able to make that decision for themselves, because the way that you feel upon just doing it is truly, truly indescribable. Goodbye.